Today's masterclass is all about, did things get better because you were there? Now, what does that actually mean? And do we actually focus on that? Or do we focus on, oh, things weren't good because I was there, or I said, or I did, and I shouldn't have done? And that's part of the 3D paradigm. We go down this rabbit hole of negative self-talk. But did things get better because you were there? This is about self-recognition of that you leave a sparkle in somebody's life. It might be with a smile, it might be with something that you did, maybe acknowledging somebody, maybe you're able to help, maybe you gave a bit of love. Now, on the screen, I've got a photo of me patting a beautiful camel called Cute. This was in October 2024. This camel man was so, so lovely and allowed me to pat his camel. The photo was taken. Did the camel enjoy it? It's like he's got a smile on his face. So did things get better because I was there? Possibly, but I might not know. Did it get better because I actually gave the camel a pat and some love and some healing? Maybe, maybe not. But part of this journey is understanding, did things get a bit better because you were there? Sometimes the things are so, so subtle that we don't realize. And it's about recognizing that things do get better because you are there. And in fact, you are part of sacred geometry, which is you are part of a bigger picture of everything. Sometimes people go through a process where they feel like they don't mean anything to anyone in the world, or if they died, who would care? But that's furthest from the truth. Things always get better because you were there. Even if there's a clash or a contrast or a conflict, it did get better. It got better because things needed to shift or change or better awareness came in. I just don't understand that bigger picture of the universe. This is called sacred geometry. And when things get better, we may not see it. Let's go back to the conflict, contrast, etc. Not feel that while we were there, it got better, but in the grand scheme of things, it does. And it might have been because you did something, something small, you acknowledged something, you asked a question. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples just to see what comes up for you as well. So one of the examples is, I remember years and years ago when I was nursing, I was very young at nursing, and it was like, young ones stay quiet. And I asked a simple question. It was actually during my training. And the question was very bold, but it was very curious. And I wondered for myself personally, as well as for the patients I was about to look after. And I asked my nursing instructor, when women go to the shower or have a bath or a swim, why does their menstrual cycle stop? We don't actually bleed in the bath or in like swimming. And I was quite serious. I was curious for me. I was curious for the patients. Didn't mean to be rude or anything. It was just a simple question. As we're doing the gynecological system, I've got a question. Well, the instructor, oh my goodness me, ripped me apart and said I was insubordinate and rude and I went, what? I was just asking a simple question. So did things get better because I was there? Well, at the time I didn't feel like it. I was really insecure and really shy. And to ask that question was really bold, especially with this particular instructor who was very strict and didn't like questions. I just went, yes, no. So did things get better? Well, not initially. Oh my goodness me. The next month she gave me a really hard time. And did I pass things, especially the practical test? No, no, I was not going to pass. That's okay. Things got better. How did things get better? Well, because my brain went, I didn't actually do anything wrong. And I know you're not passing me because I've triggered you. So I got better at my practicals. I made sure that I was top notch so that she could not fail me. I got better. So things did get better because I was there and because I asked that question. Now, as for that question, I went and asked one of the other instructors who gave me the answer. And I went, oh, see, things did get. So did things get better because I was there? Maybe not for me initially, maybe not for the instructor. Maybe it did. Maybe the instructor, when she had her next group of nursing students came through and would give an answer. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe I triggered that. I don't know. But you see, we don't realize what aftermath we actually leave. And aftermath doesn't have to be bad. It can be really good. So I'm going to give another couple of examples. And this was in my journey of October 2025, where I took a group to Egypt. And uh, I was sitting down with the group and we were doing a debrief at the end of the day and about to tell them this is what you need for the next day. And I just happened to turn and went, that lady's going to fall. She was only like in her mid-30s. She's going to fall down the staircase, which was a spiral staircase. And she did. And she broke her ankle. So I said to the group, I'll be back in a moment. I just went over, did some first aid, calmed her down, some support. Now, did things get better because I was there? Not initially. It was a Spanish group. They were so good, so crazy, so wild, and waving hands and yelling at me. I didn't understand the language. But I just sat on the ground with the lady who couldn't breathe and couldn't talk, and the pain was exacerbated. And I just said quietly, okay, just take some breaths in. My name's Jean, I'm a nurse. Just breathing. I could see the ankle. I went, oh, I won't say anything. And I just quietly looked up and said, need your scarf? You go and get someone to get some ice for me. Just breathing. Are you her friend? Do you have travel insurance? I need a wheelchair. Did things get better because I was there at that moment? You wouldn't have thought so. It's really chaotic and loud and script or whatever. And once all those things had been sorted, I just quietly just went away back to the group and said, thank you, guys. Okay, so about tomorrow, you need. Did things get better because I was there? Well, I know they did. Was I ever thanked? No, but that doesn't matter. I know it got better because I calmed the situation down. That poor lady was like, but by the time I finished, she was quiet. She could see she was getting help and support. Then later on, the group had gone, and I decided to walk around a different part of the pyramid. I go and feed the dogs by myself. And so I don't know why, but I need to go that way. And as I did, there was a lady looking very grey, really ashen color. She's gone to. So I went up and said, hi, my name's Jean. I'm a nurse. Can I just help you? And just let me lay her down on the ground near the Sphinx. She was an English lady. Her name was Rosemary. And she was so beautiful. She was so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I said, it's okay. And she was embarrassed. Did things get bad because I was there? Well, not initially. You see, is there a theme? Not initially. You see, her sister and her daughter were in her niece, I should say, were in a big panic. What's happening? What's going on? It was really crowded. People were starting to crowd over. Their tour guide was there. And so I said, just make a semicircle. Can I have some water? Thank you so much. I didn't give it to her. I just poured it over her hand and washed her face. And things weren't good at the beginning. And people were in a panic. And then a doctor raced over and, I'm a doctor. I'm here. I said, it's all good. It's all good. She's just had a bit of sunstroke and just did dizzy. She'll be fine. Things get better while I was there. Well, maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. How did she go? She eventually stood up. And I walked her hand in hand. We had a bit of a joke. And then she got into her transport. But sometimes we don't realize, did it get better while we were there at that time? Because there's so much chaotic 3D dimensions and emotions going on. What's the theme? The theme is that we get involved with life and action at the time. Great. It's the time to reflect afterwards. Maybe that night as you go to bed, or maybe on the weekend when you have a Sunday off and you're just lounging around having a casual morning. Maybe it's first thing in the morning when you have a cup of tea. It's about reflection of, did things get better because you were there? And what if the universe said 100% guaranteed? Even if it triggers the nursing instructor, it did get better. We just might not see it. We might not be acknowledged for it. We might not have the awareness. It's okay. It's whether you have the awareness. And that's part of Mystery School. It's called self-empowerment, not what others say. And, you know, most of the time when people do give a compliment or something like that, we don't usually take it on. People aren't good at receiving. And so if you have the awareness of things did get better because you were there, even though they might not see it, they might get triggered, they might get angry, it still is things got better because you were there. Maybe, for example, you've gone to an event and you brought like 10 of your friends there, but you're not acknowledged for that. That's okay. Things would have gone better for that person running the event because you brought 10 people. Maybe they only could get one person. And now there's 12 because there's 10 of your friends, you and the other person. Things got better for that person. They may not recognize it. They might be in their fear. And that's okay too. So did things get better because you were there? Yes. Because in the magic of the quantum, every single person, thing, animal, all is part of this big jigsaw puzzle that we're not aware of. And without each little piece going together, that jigsaw puzzle would not be complete. And that jigsaw puzzle is actually always complete, even though people move on, die, animals come, go, die, plants, etc. Everything is this continual moving jigsaw puzzle that everything got better because you were there, or they were there, was there. Thing actually fits them together, locks them together. This was part of the understanding and education of Atlantis and Egypt. Everything fits together, sacred geometry, mathematical code of it all fits in, no matter what shape, size, color, race, thing really matters. So did things get better because you were there? In the 3D world, that's really important so that we can have a moment to go, wait a minute, okay, they've been triggered or I'm feeling this. Take a moment, take a breath. That night, before you go to sleep, whether it be you're brushing your teeth or you're having a shower, ask yourself, did things get better because I was there? Or if it's still quite raw within you, no problems, just in the morning. When you wake up first thing in the morning, did things get better because I was there? And let your brain unscramble the confusion to get the truth. And yes, I did. No matter what it is. No matter what anyone has ever said to you or what you've said to yourself, I shouldn't have gone and I didn't. Stop. Things got better because you were there. And sometimes it can be the most subtlest things of being very present. You might be on a plane, a tram, a bus, a train, or just a train, a camel, or whatever. And the person sitting next to you is comforted because your energy is calm. You might not even speak to them. They might not even speak to you, but because you have a calm energy, things would have got better because you were there. Maybe you gave a little child a smile. Mum and dad were busy doing something, but just turned around and smiled to the child. Things got better because you were there. Maybe there was a dog who was just plodding along, walking with their owner, and you said, may I pat your dog? And the dog's like, oh, yeah, more pats. Things got better because you were there. We just don't realize what it is. I remember last year, a couple of years ago, I had clients that were young, that were in hospital for Christmas, and they didn't have anyone to visit them. So I decided to dress up with like funny glasses and reindeer headgear and funny earrings. And I popped in and I thought, oh, do I? Don't I? Just do it. Just go. Did things get better because I was there? I remember the one from years ago. It was really sad that his mum hadn't gone to see him and he was really unwell. Did they get better? I took him a little present. I knew he couldn't eat, so I took him something else, a crystal, some healing, pet rock. And just being silly, I stayed for about an hour, just being there. Did things get better because I was there? Didn't feel like it at the time. But he texted me later on that night. It was on Christmas Day. I'd been with one son, the other son was working, my husband was interstate. And I thought, hey, make someone's day. Did it feel like I made his day? Got better. Didn't feel like it at the time. But that afternoon, that night, he texted me and said, thank you so much. You made my day. So you never know what it is that things get better because you were there. It's the most simplest things ever. I don't have to do first aid like I did. Could be the question that triggered the nursing instructor. Could be something very simple. For me, I make it my mission. Every day I reach out to 3 people. At least 1 I don't know. And 2 I do know, or 2 I don't know, and 1 I know. Just to send a message, an email, a Facebook Messenger. I'm not good at texting, maybe a phone call or something to go, wait a minute. I'm just going to say, hey, how you going? So at 4:00 this morning, I've already done that. Hey, how you going? Did things get better because I was there? Well, I'm not there on Messenger or text. I just sent a message so that when the person wakes up, they wake up to a really nice message that you're valued and you're cared for. Did things get better because I was there? I'll never know. Unless they reply and say, hey, thank you for your message. But it really doesn't matter. My whole intention is I want people to feel valued. So that's what I'm going to say. Today, because you're here live or watching the replay, did things get better because you were here? Of course it did, because you were with me. Now, I may never know because you may never ever reply. That's okay. They got better because you were here with me. And I thank you because that made my day as well. So what we're going to do right now is have some golden hearts. And the golden heart, if it's a chat, just put a Y next to it so I can share it. Or unmute yourself. So I've already got one from Ruthie, and thank you so much. We're all part of the quantum and sacred geometry, the web of existence. Thank you, team. And they're beautiful words, a web of existence. Absolutely, Ruthie. So what's your golden heart for today about did things get better because you were there? So let's go to Lou and Leona. Can you unmute yourself, Lou, or if you want to type? And in the meantime, we might go Leona.
Didn't realize it was already unmuted. That was quick of me. Yes, yes. Um, being with groups is always good because they all get to the same vibration. So it's great.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you, thank you. Let's go to Lou. Thank you for your message. Golden Heart it's all about intentions for me. Awesome. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful. So remember, did things get better because you were there? In this 3D paradigm, we might not realize. It might be that we feel don't make a difference. And in fact, we do. It's part of sacred geometry. And just like the pyramid, you can see every block fits in with every other block to make a particular shape. In this case, a pyramid. And that's what we are, just like a big puzzle. The things do get better because we're there, but we just don't realize. So gift yourself the permission to stop judging and criticizing yourself, stop the negative talk, and allow things just to unravel. And it's the self-reflection of, wait a minute, this is what I see, this is my truth, and this is what I know to be true. And other people might not see it. Just like that nursing instructor, she probably never saw that I was ever better being there. She might have said I was the worst student ever. Maybe she thought I'd just push this one harder so she can be the best. It was a long time ago. That was like years ago. So did things get better because you were there? I'm going to say 100% guarantee. So thank you so much, Super Souls. Have the bestest week. I really appreciate that you have joined me for this Mystery School. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Jane.